I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Wilson Seahawks going up against Osweiler's Texans. With that, let's get on out to Houston. We're standing by as our commentary team, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
All right, thanks, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas at NRG Stadium in Houston. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Seattle Seahawks and the Houston Texans. Tyler Lockett now with a return. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. In motion is the tight end, Graham. On first down, Wilson. And his first look is incomplete. Here's the offense. Certainly some threats on this offense, and one of them that they target is Doug Baldwin.
Not only does he do a nice job catching the ball downfield, he's also a tremendous blocker that helps unleash the running game.
Here's Thomas Rawls with his first carry. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. Earlier, partner, when discussing Russell Wilson, you said you think he's best when Seattle is running back centric. Is Thomas Rawls the centerpiece going forward there?
I think so, because of what he did 2 seasons ago before he got hurt. Because he runs that offense the way they want it run. One cut, downhill, get upfield, and Thomas Rawls is perfect for that. If he stays healthy, that allows Russell Wilson now to throw the play action, the bootleg passes that really hurt other teams defensively.
And Rawls has youth on his side, just 23. So, Charles, why in the world do you take that risk there?
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense on the surface. But I've been around enough of these coaches and enough of these meetings along the way. Sometimes they're so confident in a play call that they don't care about the situation. They think that play, at that time, they're going to run it and pick up whatever they want.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Mike Bennett, he's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
Here we go now, 3-19.
On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Michael Bennett's versatility, being able to play any position along the defensive front, allows him to make those types of plays. He finds good matchups and gets into the offensive backfield.
And there it works for a tackle for loss. Now Osweiler. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Chance there from long distance to get our first points on the board. How close was it to getting there? Pretty darn close.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Steps away to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. And a look now at the defense for Houston.
Kevin Johnson's skills just continue to get better and better. An elite athlete out on the corner, he's up to the challenge of any receiver.
Throwing is Wilson, finding time. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Whitney Merciless coming in from that outside linebacker spot to bury him for a loss of 7. Third and long, it's Wilson. And able to find Graham, complete. And some room to work. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
In motion is the tight end, Graham. And now Wilson unhappy with something he saw there as he's going to burn a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First down, this is Rawls. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork.
And a loose football. Rawls loses it. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Stephen Hauschka for the point after. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. Fielded about a yard deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot.
Lamar Miller, 30, 10, touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, 68 yards. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
He finds his man, Baldwin. A gain of 7, and they pick up the first.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good. On second down, Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. So the offense able to recover the fumble, but it's third down now. third down, Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. J.J. Watt in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. So on fourth down, as seen on TV, here's their resident strongman, John Ryan, on to punt. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. And now out comes Houston. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
They've got his man, complete. Touchdown, Houston. Braxton Miller, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Texans have taken the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Novak out now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he is out of bounds here on the return. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Joseph. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. This is Miller. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
One of the best routes, one of the favorite routes of any play caller. He just ran that one. Nice little angle route. That's supposed to be a catch, and usually it is in running back drop.
Yeah, I mean, he's a running back, but he's got hands. He should have caught it. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
On fourth down, the Texans will turn it over to the active leader in punting yards, and that's Shane Lechler. Back deep for the Seahawks, the all-pro returner from 2015, Tyler Lockett. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. They come up in an offset eye. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Unable to connect on the 1st down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. On 2nd down, Rawls. And he's got this one just across midfield to the 49. 2nd down, a little more productive than 1st. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. 3rd down and 3. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Here's Wilson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Pete Carroll, no stranger to rolling the dice. He'll roll it again. 4th down, they're going for it. In the slot on the right is Graham. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. Buying time to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep back over the middle. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quentin Dimps. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so
something
well,
else. And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. The best receivers we know always tease their quarterbacks that, hey, no matter what you do, you cannot overthrow me. Well, guess what? That's exactly what happened on that play. Normally, they timed it up pretty well, but on that one, he just overshot him.
So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. And he's got Miller. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. So an entertaining first half, and now we have hit the 2-minute warning. Throwing now, Osweiler on 1st down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? and who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense. You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him. 2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
The throw on first down with Osweiler. He's got Fuller. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. They isolate Hopkins on the left side. On 2nd down, Osweiler setting up the screen for Miller. And he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Osweiler to the sideline, and a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Now Osweiler. And to the left side, Fedorowicz has it. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down.
Here we go. 3-19.
To throw again is Osweiler. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. It's a gain of 4, and it gives him the first. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On first down, Osweiler. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. And this seemingly endless drive continues. Again on 2nd and 10 now. It's Osweiler. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This will be a 37-yard attempt. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They'll throw on first down with Osweiler. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Well, you mind if we go off topic for a second?
No, let's go.
I like to do that randomly. AFC playoff contenders for this year that didn't make it last season. Who do you have that might get in?
Well, I think Cincinnati's got to be considered there. Maybe they'd have an offseason that's calm, and they go into this season and try and get back to the playoffs where they've been perennials. How about Denver? Remember last year, they didn't have the quarterback to start. Trevor Siemian played pretty well overall, but maybe they can get solidified there and ride that strong defense right back into the playoffs. I'm going to give you a couple a little bit off the pace. Indianapolis cannot afford to squander Andrew Luck, one of the better young quarterbacks in the game. They've got to get back to the playoffs. And Buffalo, brand new head coach, brand new people running the ball club. Let's see if they can figure it out, because I think defensively they can be awfully strong. And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front, because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Osweiler now off the bootleg. Miller on the catch over the middle. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play-action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones that have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
From the red zone now, here's Osweiler on first down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
That's caught at the 3. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. C.J. Fedorowicz, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans will extend their lead. Osweiler's going to throw. And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. So they go with the pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know in the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. They set up the screen to Rawls. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll come out in the pistol. They go play action here on first down. Deep drop. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Brian Cushing. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down. Big boys down there in the trenches, and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you're talking about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense. And what a big-time play there.
Again, it's Miller. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
And the Seahawks add a couple of extra DBs going with the dime look here.
Indeed, 6 on the field. Now it's Osweiler. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And 12 yards that time and picking up the first.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic. So anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Cliff Averill coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. On 2nd down, here's Osweiler. He's going to air one out. And this one is incomplete. Back now in Houston, it's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th.
A nickel look by Seattle on 3rd down.
Yep, 5 defensive backs now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Shane Leckler now On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. Now it's Lockett. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. A gain of 6 there on first.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. He was trying to get it to Jermaine Kearse. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And now it's a 3rd and 4 situation for the offense. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. He's going to look deep down the field. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Miller, the lone setback. Now Osweiler looking. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Michael Bannon in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
17, guys. Check him out. He's going to sit right over the middle. Watch the middle.
Time running out here on the play clock. Now Osweiler underneath for Miller. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, he scored on the ground and through the air. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey,
and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jonathan Joseph. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Here we go now.
10th carry now for Lamar Miller. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. 2nd down following the run.
Back it up, Philly. Here we go. Here we go now.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Lamar Miller. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Osweiler. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. Play action here on first down. They'll roll him out right. This will be caught at about the 3. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the... Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now it's Novak on. He'll send this one away following the touchdown. Lockett the return. They find some open field here. Pushing him away.
Popped it right out there.
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And, partner, that's exactly how you become a Pro Bowl return man. Doesn't matter whether it's a kickoff, a punt return. Tyler Lockett can take it to the house. What was it? He and Dwayne Harris of the Giants in 2016?
Yeah,
only two, right?
They return both a kickoff and a punt return, and we see more of his electricity there. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
And they just hit another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
Now it's Miller. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, and sometimes that just happens. It is the NFL. They will make some plays against you.
Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. So stuff for no gain on 2nd down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it. But I'm probably giving my quarterback some room. Sprint him out to one side or the other.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
And the lead will grow by 1 more. Now it's Novak on. He'll send this one away following the touchdown. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And the Texans set to come onto the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, Ken.